You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, and Harry here from Drakewing Gaming. It's me on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Beyond the Harbor. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. We were getting through as much of this content as we could, because there's like multiple routes we can go. So we're gonna skip ahead. Gives him back. I can't help but feel flustered. The thought popped into my head, but never would I have ever. I'm sure Sam's just goofing off, being his usual self. But this time it felt different. I'm gonna do it. Luckily, feeling content with his move, he begins to drift off of me. Not this time. With a swift motion, I wrap my free arm around his back. His right hand still grips my left tightly as I pull him back into our embrace. His bravado stops then and there. He stares at me, eyes wide as I don't let go. The time difference and the time between seconds, he waits for me to make my move. And I'm ready. Ready to push past my boundaries, I lean in and peck his lips. It's fast, and as soon as I do it, I feel an intensity in my chest I hadn't felt in a long time. Memories of summer nights, holding his hands in mine, leaning in just close enough. That swell of passion when our lips touched, back when I feel that old misery begin to rise from the depths of me. My passion boils over into something awful within seconds. I feel it coming, it wants to pull me back in. I try to pull off Sam, but he's got his arm hooked around me tight. He blinks at me, confused. Hey, where are you going? I groan and double over as the weight in my chest drags me to the ground. The cat holds firm and barely manages to keep me on my feet. Shit! Are you okay, dude? I shake away the dizziness and clutch my chest. I think... Oof! He narrows his gaze, but never lets go of me. The cat chuckles and pats my back gently. I guess you got me. Here I was, thinking I'd even the score. After reassuring I could keep my balance, thankfully I could, he finally releases me. I'm gonna have to get you again now. Hope you're ready to be on guard all weekend. I hold my head in both my hands and groan. Ugh! Fact. Me hungry. So what then? Where are you meeting up with them? He shouts from the other room, probably dripping all over the place. Oh, tomorrow morning I'm meeting up with V at the cafe. Which one? Sirens? I nod and lift my hoodie over my head. My shirt follows, and as soon as my chest is bare, I put the sweatshirt back on. Where else did we ever meet? He goes quiet for a second. I only hung out with you guys occasionally when Dawn was still around. And it was never at the cafe. Oh, Dawn won't be there. We're picking him up from the bus station a bit later in the day. It was actually V's idea to meet up at the cafe. She's arriving pretty early tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to her grandmother and then meet up with them around noon. I button my shorts and they hit the ground. I usually took off my underwear whenever I was getting ready for bed, but I don't tonight for obvious reasons. Sam pokes his head out the bathroom door. His hair is a mess, and he's likely only toweled off since I haven't heard the hairdryer yet. I'm hoping she's not in an awful mood, then. Oh, and I used your mom's shampoo. She wouldn't notice anything missing, would she? I mean, I'd use yours, but that cheap shit dries out my skin. Speaking of dry, I roll my eyes and get back to depositing the dishes in the sink. I'd have probably picked up around here beforehand if I had known someone would be over. I may or may not have left the place a mess over the week. Couldn't be bothered to clean up after myself, not without Mom here to breathe down my neck about it. Or just going behind me and doing it herself. I probably wouldn't be leaving messes so often if I actually cared, I guess. Grand Duke Oliver of the House Procrastination. That's what my sister'd always call me. And a few years later, my nickname became Homo Boy Faglord. Over the running water, I can hear the bathroom door open and the loud exhaust of the airdryer running within. Do the ishes? What? Dishes! Yeah, I'm sure you could see how bad I left it. I guess. Wait, Ed? Finish drying yourself. I'm not shouting at you over the hairdryer all goddamn night. What? Finish up in there! It's enough to make him retreat back into the bathroom. I hear some kind of muffled response and he closes the door. What a dork. I ride the waves of my brain as I ride the waves of my brain as I wash the scattered plates and forks. To my surprise, I mostly think about Sam. That hasn't been the case ever, even when he's visited before. A bit of water splashes on my sweatshirt, causing it to sag just a touch heavier. I feel sick again. What would Dawn think of me being flirty with him? I move the last fork over to the dish drainer and reach into the greasy stew of soap and food stuff. God, I hate that. It's so gross. Carefully, I pull the drain's plug and let the water sink into the abyss. I'm kind of amazed I finished them. I get the feeling that on any usual night I get distracted and just give up. Cleanup is easy enough. I spray my arms with clean water and dry them with a towel hanging from the oven. The clean plates drying on the rack glare at me, but I ignore them. I can put those away later. Oh, look at you, actually cleaning up for once. I had to tell your mom. Sam passes through the kitchen doorway, already fully clothed and looking quite content with himself. I was just thinking the same thing, actually. Want to help me put him away? He shrugs. I guess. Maybe if you say please. I roll my eyes and adjust my voice accordingly. Please? Sam giggles, and it's hard to keep a straight face as I drag out the word. Well, I guess. Yep, check it out. Sam unpauses the video and I focus my vision on it. There's a tripod set up in a basement overnight. I fast forward through the hours, which seemingly nothing happening. Sam is staring at it intensely, though. Did you see that? Dude, I still don't see anything. He double taps the screen and pauses the video again. The activity. I roll my eyes. I've been watching the stupid video with him for maybe 5 minutes now. The title was something like Real Haunting Caught Live in Asylum Basement, but that seems like a load of bull. Literally nothing happened, though. Oof, here, I'll show you exactly where it happened. He drags a finger along the timeline and rewinds a few seconds. There, watch that can. Carefully this time. He points at a discarded soda on the ground. I focus my vision on it. He pauses the video and time marches on. I do as instructed and don't take my eyes off the can once. After a few seconds, it very slightly shifts on the floor, and then it... There, did you see it that time? Motherfucker! The cat screams directly into my ear and I rocket up off the couch in terror. Sam, unfazed, yanks his phone out of my hands and leaves me to sink in my seat. You totally saw it, huh? That shit is terrifying. He points at the can again and I sit up angrily. You're what scared me, idiot. That stupid can was just blown by the wind. He scoffs at my retort, raising his finger in a matter-of-fact sort of way. Wind? There's no wind in a basement. You can't prove it with just the wind. It was just the wind. I bury my face in my hands. You can't if someone off-screen does it with a fan or something. Or someone has an invisible string and pulls it, or someone photoshopped it in there, poorly I might add. He rolls his eyes and shrugs off my bemusement. As if. Haven't you been paying attention? This kind of stuff happens all over the world. He closes the video tab and pulls up his phone's browser app. Don't you remember? Nearly 5 years ago when there was that ghost invasion in Illinois? People died, dude. I shake my head. Well, what about the mass hysteria thing in Louisiana? I forget where it happened. Ghosts, dude. Ghosts like killing people. I simply shrug, having calmed down a bit from my recent heart attack. I don't remember hearing about either of those. Are you sure that happened at all? His eyes gleam with excitement as he pulls up a webpage. Top 20 times ghosts killed Americans. Number 15 will shock you. They're both here, bud. I mean, have you seen number 15? I shake my head, hoist myself back up on the couch. That's a clickbait website. Known for outrageous articles without any actual substance. But let's pretend those killings aren't being blown out of proportion. There are perfectly reasonable reasons for, well, anything. Nobody's haunted. Nothing is haunted. Psychopaths can kill people and blame it on ghosts. That's a mental disorder, not a haunting. No ghosts. Seems like the dialogue is different if you don't kiss him. Interesting. I mean, there is. For example, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a ghost around here. His face goes dark and he slowly raises a finger and points it at me. You're always walking around like you've seen a ghost. I bet like $1 million you've been dealing with a haunting, buckaroo. I bury my face in my hands for maybe the fourth time tonight and shake my head dismissively. Sure, whatever. There are probably all kinds of ghosts in Harborton. Contrary to the reaction my sarcasm usually elicits, the cat beams at me.
I know you're being a jackass, but that's totally possible. There's a story I can confirm. It's 100% factual, backed up by, science and shit.
Is it?
Hey, I saw your ears perk. I know you want to know this. So, back in the 80s, or was it the 90s, whatever, it was like 30 years ago. People, went missing, a woman, or was it just the woman?
You don't even remember. He shrugs.
Details are foggy. The forums are pretty sure there was a cover-up. I've heard a lot of different versions of this story. Remember last year when I visited? I took some pictures for them to use with the story.
You did? I try to imagine last November and it plays back nearly exactly the way I remembered it. You hung out with me all weekend. It was the weekend after Thanksgiving, right? He tilts his head with a slight angle and smiles at me with a furrowed look on his brow.
Yeah, I went out at night after you went to bed. The beach they were last seen at is only a few minutes from your house. Didn't even have to drive. Don't you still hang out down there?
The one with the old dock? He nods, shaking his fist excitedly. Yeah, I was down there earlier today, actually. He takes my hands in his and closer towards me, locking eyes with mine.
Yeah? Don't leave me hanging. Did you see a ghost?
I shake my head. No, just the sunset. Sam takes his arm off me and slumps back on the couch, dejected.
Ugh, even the ghosts are moving out of this hole.
He sighs and leans into me. He rests his head on my shoulder and it catches me unawares.
Why did you stick around?
Sam leans over and places a head in my lap. His bright eyes stare deeply into mine with genuine curiosity. My voice unexpectedly catches in my throat. He's been so personal, more than usual. I guess I've been waiting.
Waiting for what exactly?
My heart sinks down to my stomach and begins to dissolve in my shame. I don't know. Sam closes his eyes and sighs again.
If you don't know, you ought to drop it altogether. Even if you don't believe it, I'm sure you have options. You could go live with your sister, I'm sure. She's cool. Alright, y'all, I'm tired. I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Alright, y'all, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!